Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have my September favorites for you guys. October is already here. I love when fall hits Texas. I just love when the leaves turn brown on the trees. I love all the pumpkin stuff that comes out. I just love those fall vibes. Anyway, let's go ahead and get into my favorites. I do have quite a few items here and I'll try to go quickly because I don't want this video to be like an hour long. So let's go ahead and get started with the first thing. I have been loving this little hand fan that I got off of Amazon. I love this for those times when I spray my face with setting spray and I want to quickly dry it. I'll use this fan and I'll turn it usually to the highest speed. It does have 3 speeds on it, but I absolutely love this fan. I think it's a game changer for me because it allows my makeup to dry a lot quicker once I put that setting spray on, but I've been loving it. It is so handy, and if I didn't mention, I got it off of Amazon. I'll link everything down below so you guys will know where I purchased everything, but yeah, this has been such a hit for me. So I want to mention 2 foundations that I have absolutely been loving. One of them I did a review on here recently, and it's the MAC Studio Fix Stick Foundation. I have been loving this foundation, guys. I can't believe how well it looks on my skin. It's a matte foundation, but it doesn't look like a flat matte. It's more of like a soft matte look, so I really love that. It is long lasting. If I can remember, I think I've worn it like 13, 14 hours at the most. It's supposed to last 24 hours, but I didn't wear it for that long. Now, I wouldn't say that this would last like through humidity and like when it's really hot outside, but I think it's gonna be perfect for fall because when it's cooler outside, you're not having to worry about sweating, your makeup breaking up or anything like that. So this is gonna be a perfect foundation for me for fall. And then I've recently been trying the Ultra Le Tint Velvet by Chanel. I have purchased this in the past and it didn't work as well on me as I wanted it to. So when I went to the Chanel counter at Nordstrom's, she said that it was a different formula. There's not a huge difference, but she said it was slightly different. Not only that, she said they came out with so many new shades. So I went ahead and picked up the shade B60. This is like the perfect shade for me right now. Maybe now that summer is over, I'm probably gonna have to go down one. But for now, this B60 works well for me. This is so beautiful on the skin, guys. It has got a very nice velvety matte finish, just like it says. It looks gorgeous on the skin. It lasts for me all day long. I can do a review on this if you guys want me to tell you what I used with the foundation, but I will say that this has been one of my favorites in the last few weeks. I have been using it off and on with other foundations that I've been trying along with that MAC foundation, and I'm so glad that I went by and picked it up because like I said, the formulation has slightly changed but not a lot, and I think maybe just that slight change has helped this foundation adhere to my skin a little bit better than it did before. So I have some highlights I want to mention. Of course, I want to mention the Milk Makeup Highlighters. I have the shades Blitzed and Lit, and I'll show you both of these shades. They're both very, very gorgeous, very, very creamy highlighters. I absolutely love these, guys. These look so good on the skin. They don't look chalky. They don't emphasize texture or anything like that. They're just really smooth and creamy, but this is Lit and this is Blitzed. Blitzed is a little bit darker. It's got a little bit more peachy tone to it, and then Lit is more of like a champagne color. But I love both of these. I'll go ahead and swatch these for you so you guys can see the shades. I'm sure you've seen these all over YouTube because they're just so popular right now and they're just so gorgeous. Look at those. That's Lit up at the top and that's Blitzed right there at the bottom. Just so beautiful, but I've been loving those. Another highlight that I've been loving that I just recently found, and I can't believe how good this highlighter is. I've heard things about it on YouTube. I've heard people use this. They said it's gorgeous on the skin. So when I saw it in my local Walmart, I had to pick it up, and it's the Spun Loose Face Highlighter, and this one's in the shade Glow for Gold. I do have another one that's called Pink Me Up, and Pink Me Up, of course, is very pink. If you guys have been watching me, you guys know that I really love pink highlighters. I have not tried this one just yet. Now I did swatch it. It looks more like a holographic highlighter, and so I don't know if I'm really gonna like that, but I'm gonna try it anyways just to see how it looks on my skin. But this Glow for Gold, this is what I have on today, and guys, look how glowy that is. It is so pretty. It has more of that wet highlight look. And I'll go ahead and swatch these for you guys as well so you guys can see. Oh gosh. The only difference is with these loose highlighters, as you can see, they get super, super messy. I try to leave like the little tape thingy on top. I try to leave it on and then only open it halfway, but as you can see, it still gets messy. But these are still super, super beautiful. As I'm swatching it right now, I can't tell you how creamy these are, guys. They remind me just of these milk highlighters with not as much of the like highlight sparkling effect that the milk has, but the creaminess, the consistency is just like the milk. So this one right here at the bottom is Glow for Gold, and then this one is Pink Me Up. But aren't those beautiful? These are the milk and these are the air spun. They're just gorgeous. So some other items that I picked up at Walmart were these Burt's Bees blushes. I have the shades Shy Pink, Bare Peach, and Toasted Cinnamon. These shades look so nice on the skin, guys. These are some really nicely pigmented, but not too pigmented where you're gonna be scared to actually put it on your skin. They're pigmented enough that you can go in a couple of times and then just put them on your cheeks. Today I have on the shade Bare Peach, and I'll show you what that looks like. It's just this really beautiful peachy shade. I'll swatch these for you as well because I do want you guys to see how gorgeous these blushes are. They're so pretty, but like I said, they're pigmented, but they're not too harsh. So these are the shades right here. This one is what I have on today. It's Bare Peach, and then Shy Pink, and then Toasted Cinnamon at the bottom. To me, they kind of give you that pinched look, you know, but with a little bit more color, if that makes sense. But they're just really, really pretty. I love Bare Peach. That's one of my favorites. So yeah, I've been loving these Burt's Bees blushes. And then the next thing I want to show you guys is something that I've mentioned before on my channel, and that is the Huda Beauty Tantour Contour and Bronzer Cream. This is in the shade Light. I love this, guys. I have been using it quite a bit when I do like a full glam makeup look and I want to do a little bit more contouring to my face. I'll use this, and I love the shade of this. It just looks really nice and bronzy. So I've been loving this. It's very pigmented and super easy to blend into the skin, and it just looks beautiful as a contour shade. So for bronzer, I went back to my Fenty Beauty Bronzer in Illuminating. This is actually what I have on today, and I think it just gives a really nice light warmth to the skin. I think it's perfect for me because I'm more on the medium tan side, and just kind of gives that sun look to my skin. It's a beautiful shade, and like I said, it goes on really light, but it also gives you that nice warmth to the skin. Of course, Fenty Beauty bronzers are really creamy and they're not chalky, so this is a good bronzer if you want that diffused bronze look to the skin. I just think it looks really pretty. So here lately I've kind of changed my powder that I set my makeup with, and the powder that I switched to was the Cover FX matte setting powder. I wanted a powder that would set my face but not look too matte, and that would help with the oils on my skin in my T-zone. So I picked up this Cover FX matte setting powder. I used it once and I fell in love with it. I think it looks so gorgeous on the skin. It doesn't have that powdery look to it, so it doesn't look like super matte. I have it on today. Now I have the shade medium, and if I'm not mistaken, there's 3 other shades, but this has been so good for setting my makeup. You guys know that I use the La Mer powder a lot, but I've been switching my La Mer powder out for this one. And then the next 2 powders that I've been loving are these Illuminating setting powders, and I have both shades. I have light and I have deep. These are very light on the skin. They're not super harsh. They're not very glittery. They're not like super illuminating like a highlighter would be. They just give a really light glow to the skin. I used light in a tutorial that I did here recently, and I thought it looked really beautiful on the skin. So I went ahead and picked up the shade Deep. Now I use Deep more for those times when I self-tan and I have like more of a tan tone to my skin, and I go a little bit darker on my foundation. They're really soft and light powders, very finely milled. So when you put them on, they just give a really beautiful glow to the skin. So I've been loving these as well as that matte setting powder. So 2 eye primers that I've been loving are by Revolution Pro. It's their Eye Elements eye primer. I have the shade Core and Central. I love both of these. They kind of remind me of the MAC paint pots, but the difference is these are super creamy and they go on a lot better on my eyelid than the MAC paint pots. The MAC paint pots, after a while, I couldn't use them because it looked like they would make my eyelids really dry, and these don't do that. Today I used this little brush here and I just stuck it into the product and then put it all over my eyelid, and because they're creamy, a little goes a long way with these guys. Another eye product I've been loving is the one by Charlotte Tilbury. It's her corrector. Now I know that she says you can use this like anywhere on your face. I've only used it for under my eyes right here to cover up darkness, and I absolutely love it for that. I feel like it brightens my under eyes really well, and it prepares them for the concealer that I'm going to put on that day. And so I have been loving this and using it like on a daily. I do want to mention that it's very, very creamy. So once you put your finger in there, the warmth of your finger is going to warm it up, and then you can place it on your under eye with no problem. It doesn't skip, it doesn't feel drying. It just goes on really creamy. And normally what I do is just kind of tap it in, because you don't want to rub your under eye. That area right there is very thin skin and very sensitive, so you just want to go ahead and tap it in. But guys, this is a really good product. If you want to try something that'll cover up those dark circles, I would definitely try and pick this up. So let's go ahead and go into eyeshadow. I do have a few eyeshadow palettes that I want to show you, and I do want to show you some eyeshadow pots. But first, let me get into the palettes. I recently used the Persona Identity 2 palette, and I did a mini review on this palette. I'll link it right here if you guys are interested. But I have been loving this palette. I have been picking it up nonstop since I did that video, because I love all of these shades that are in this palette. This palette is super, super creamy and pigmented, guys. It is so easily blendable. She's done such a great job with the formula. If you guys don't know who created this palette, it's Sona Gasparian. I think in my video I said Sonia. That's not her name. It's Sona. It's S-O-N-A, and she created this palette, and it is so gorgeous on the eyes, guys, and it's perfect for fall. So yeah, I've been loving this one, and I've also been picking up her Identity palette. I've actually picked it up a few times and used it with the Identity 2 palette, but these shades are just as gorgeous. These are more neutral, warm shades that you can use on an everyday basis. There's not a lot of color in here. There's actually more color in her Identity 2 palette, but both palettes can be used together or by themselves. They're just really good quality palettes. So if you guys have never tried her palettes, I would definitely recommend that you do, because they're so good. Another palette I've been loving is this NYX Mystic Petals palette. This one's called Dark Mystic, and these are the shades right here. This palette is gorgeous on the eyes as well. It is pigmented, very easily blendable. I really am impressed on how this went on, because I was afraid that this green shade right here was not gonna come off well, and it did. It worked really well on my eyes, gave a beautiful look. Since using this palette in one of my videos, I have used these shades down here, and they look just as beautiful. So I really love this palette. I did pick up, and let me show you, let me get it real quick. I did pick up the NYX Mystic Petals palette in Midnight Orchid. I have not used this one. I know this isn't part of my favorites, but I want to show you these shades anyway. So these shades lean more on the purple side, and I can't wait to do a tutorial with this palette. I had been looking for this palette for a while, and I finally found it. I can't even remember where I picked it up. I finally found it in one of the stores that I was in. I think this was even the last one. I hope that it works just like the one that I've been loving. So two more products for eyeshadows that I want to show you. One is this Kat Von D Crystal Rose eyeshadow pot. Guys, this is insanely gorgeous. It is so stinking metallic and bright and just beautiful on the eyes. This is the shade right here in the pot. Look how gorgeous that is. And here is a swatch of the metallic eyeshadow. Look how beautiful that is. So I've used this by itself, just all over the lid, and I've also used it in conjunction with some other shadows that I have. And I'm telling you guys, this stands out. It looks so good on the eye. I just can't believe how pretty it is. It's so pretty. So another eyeshadow pot that I do want to mention, and these are more on like on the glittery side, are these Hourglass Scattered Light eyeshadow pots. These are the new ones. I have the old ones, but I purchased 4 of the new ones. I think there's a 5th one, if I'm not mistaken, that I didn't get. But I did purchase 4 of the newer ones, and I have used these. These are so good on the eye, just like the ones they sold before, but these are different shades. I've got Burnish, I've got Ray, I've got Rapture, and Vivid. I will swatch all of these for you, because in the pot really doesn't do these shadows any justice. When you add these to the eye, guys, they just give like that beautiful shimmer to the eye, and it looks like really like fine shimmer. It doesn't look like super glittery. It just looks so gorgeous. And I love when I wear these and I'm somewhere and the light hits my eye and all those sparkles are just sparkling. Oh, just looks super pretty. So here are the shades here. You've got Burnish, you've got Ray, here's Rapture, and here's Vivid. Look at those, guys. Look how gorgeous those are. I think I used the shade Burnish in one of my videos here recently. I'll go ahead and link it right here so you guys can check that out. But I'm telling you guys, these look so pretty on the eye. I can't get over these. Every time Hourglass comes out with one of these, I'm going to purchase it because I've never been disappointed with any of those shadows in that scattered light line. I've never been disappointed. It just looks so glamorous on the eyes. So one more powder that I forgot to mention is my By Terry Hyaluronic Hydra Powder. I have mentioned this before, but I started using it again because I saw that Mel Thompson actually sets her T-zone with it. It's supposed to help with like smoothing out that area. And I have been loving it for that. So I'll use the Cover FX all over, and then I'll go over this just in my T-zone. I don't use it really anywhere else. I have tried to use this underneath my eyes, and I did like it for my under eyes, but I found other things that I liked better, so I stopped using it. But I went back to this and I have been using it for my T-zone and I love it. So I want to mention these lipsticks again by NARS. These are the NARS Sheer lipsticks. I have 5 here and I have used all 5 of them. I always carry one of these with me when I go out somewhere and I just want to have a nice sheer glossy lip. I always use one of these. They're so good. They look really pretty on the lips. So today I have 2 shades on. I have Belle de Jour and Chelsea's Girls. Now I really can't pick a favorite of these because I love all of them. So I want to show you which shades I do have. And I have Roman Holiday. This one is Sexual Healing. I have Chelsea Girls. I said Chelsea's earlier, but I think it's Chelsea with no S. So I have Chelsea Girls right here. Then I have right here Belle de Jour. And then the last one right here is called Cruising. I love these. They're so comfortable on the lips and they look so glossy without having to use a gloss. So the next thing I want to mention is this Smashbox Photo Finish Setting Spray. It's their weightless setting spray. This is new to their line. This is supposed to help your makeup stay in place, and it's also supposed to be transfer proof. Now I will show you guys, I sprayed this all over my face today after I did my makeup. I usually spray quite enough to like kind of just cover my entire face so that everything can set very well. I'll show you what the spray looks like. It's really light. As you can see, it's a beautiful light mist. It's not too harsh, so it just distributes really nicely on the skin. And I'm gonna show you that it is transfer proof. I'm gonna show you how it does this. I don't know what it actually has in there that makes it transfer proof, but guys, it works. Whatever's in there is working. So I'm gonna show you with this clean tissue right here. I'm gonna put it on my face and nothing comes off. There's no transfer. Look, nada, nothing. I'm so super impressed with this, guys. I just can't believe that this does not allow my makeup to transfer onto like my white shirt or anything else that I'm wearing. I'm also impressed with the fact that this provides longevity to my makeup. I really feel like it holds my makeup together and makes my makeup last quite a long time. So yeah, really been loving this. Probably gonna end up purchasing another bottle because I have been using this like crazy. So for a couple of other things that I want to mention that aren't makeup, one of them is the Coco Cabana Cream by Sol de Janeiro. This is a really good smelling cream. It smells like coconuts, but it also has like a different smell to it. It has more of like a warm scent to it. I don't know what that is, but this cream has been so nice on my skin and I love it. It really feels like it makes my skin very moisturized and it smells divine. I also love the Coco Cabana Body Fragrance Mist. So I use these together just to allow that scent to linger on more throughout the day. So yeah, I've been loving both of these. They smell really good. And then one thing I've really been loving for my lips is this St. Ives lip scrub. It's in Juicy Watermelon. I try to use it maybe like 2 to 3 times a week because my lips are so super chapped. I always need like a gentle scrub to scrub off like the dead skin cells on my lips. So I've been using this and it's been making my lips feel really soft and moisturized. This is what it looks like and it smells just like watermelon. It smells so good. Okay guys, that's it for my September favorites. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.